Hey y'all, the Real Housewives of Potomac are back. This is season 7, episode 1. I am so excited because this franchise is in their golden era. They are the new supremes of Bravo. I can't wait to see what the ratings look like. This is my second watch and this was a great premiere. And like I said, I'm giving everyone on the cast a clean slate. Even Candace, and y'all know how I feel about Candace. So yeah, they also tacked on an extra 15 minutes to this premiere. I didn't mind at all, so let's get into it. So the episode opens with 2 of the 4 OGs, Karen and Giselle, and they're walking in, it looks like the Washington Monument area. It's cherry blossom season, and they're having themselves a picnic. Now, I love them as friends, and I love them as enemies. These two, I mean, they keep this franchise going. Whatever you think about Giselle, whether it be her tacky fashions, her $900,000 barn, her messy, diabolical ass, she's a producer's dream. But anyway, they're having themselves a little kiki in the park and they're waiting for a couple of other ladies to join them. So at this point in time, I'm guessing Ashley announced that she was being separated from Michael, and that is the topic of their conversation right now. I mean, was anybody surprised by Michael and Ashley's separation? I don't think so. Oh, Jesus. Giselle, she is starting already. We get the first confessional. What is going on with these highlights? Those are some thick ass highlights. They look like stripes. She know better. She is doing this on purpose. She is a whole troll. She can't help herself. She cannot help herself. She refuses to give up the title of the tackiest person on the Bravo network. Oh, and here comes Robin with some new hair. I see you, Robin. I love this color. Props to Robin. Listen, like I've always said, Robin is probably a wonderful person outside this show. But she will forever be a sidekick on here. She's had the same plot line for 6 seasons. And I like Robin. I just don't like her for the show. But, you know, Giselle needs a sidekick on here. So producers are going to give her that. But anyway, I love her hair. And she's dressed cute too. I can't wait to see Alex's review, by the way. Femininity or Rob Dixon. I'm going to leave that to him. But for me, it's Robin. So as the ladies continue to talk about Ashley's business, we see Ashley heading toward the ladies. So now we have all 4 OGs of the franchise. Y'all can't tell me that this was intentional by the producers to have all 4 of the OGs together. But it's nice to see them all, and it's very impressive, I must say, that 4 OGs have lasted 7 straight seasons. Yes, they're talking and kikiing. I really miss this franchise. Ugh. So glad Atlanta can take a break. The Potomac ladies are back. I'm so excited, y'all. Look, this might be a long-ass review, so y'all get comfortable. So the next topic of conversation is Mia and her social media post saying that she does or doesn't have cancer. I remember this and I was confused too. I'm like, do you have it or do you not? It was very Kim Zolciak. And I don't blame the other ladies for raising a side eye to her because we know that Mia lies. So far, I'm agreeing with the Green-Eyed Bandits. It does come off as attention-seeking on Mia's part. I also noticed how Karen, she's trying to ride the fence just a little bit. She's trying to remain neutral and give Mia the benefit of the doubt. So then a little later, executive producer Giselle turns to Ashley and says, just letting you know, I did share with Robin and Karen that you were going through your divorce. Ashley confirms, and then they're just wondering, how did she get to that point where I need a divorce? So then she says, first, she doesn't drink alcohol anymore. Secondly, she says that her and Michael aren't sexually compatible. And I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know. I mean, that could go so many ways. I mean, does Michael not enjoy topping anymore? Like, he likes the bottom? Does he need a top in this situation? I will say, though, no sex in a relationship will kill it very fast. I can speak from experience. I just commend Ashley for just being so open about her mess. Anyway, she says that her and Michael haven't had sex in 4 months, and then she brings up a situation with them in Miami where a girl was hitting on her and Michael was down for this situation, but she doesn't want to do threesomes anymore. And I'm guessing that's what she meant by not compatible. Now I'm just gonna play devil's advocate for a second. Like, if you're a couple and you enjoy threesomes, like, who cares if it's not traditional? Long as y'all like it, long as it's communication and it brings spice back to y'all marriage, who cares? Karen asked Ashley point blank, are you getting separated or are you getting divorced? And then Ashley says in the state of Virginia, you have to be separated for at least a year before you get a divorce. I never heard that. Legal Eagles in the comments, please let me know. Child, I am confusion, just like a bunch of these other ladies. Ashley says she's looking for a house. Michael is helping her. I'm guessing her budget is real low and she still needs Michael's coin. So they created an LLC together to get a house. So the house would be in Michael's name. The other ladies are giving Ashley some major pushback on this, and I agree, it doesn't make sense. Like, you don't want to be with this man anymore, but y'all getting a house together. Like, I get it, she's not financially able to get a house, but get an attorney or something. Like, get him to give you that money so you can have the house in your name. And the look Ashley giving on her face, like she knows it don't make no sense. Now, Robin, before you comment on Ashley's situation, remember, your husband, well, ex-husband, was still living with you without being married as well, so I need you to not throw any stones in your glass house. So after the ladies finish grilling Ashley, Karen lets them all know that she has an event coming up, and it's a spring into spring party. Then we get a little flashback about production of all of Karen's flashy invites she's done over the seasons. So next scene, we're with Candace as well as Chris, and they're seeing a doctor for a consultation about freezing her eggs. She gives us an update on how she's been. She's actually been like touring, like legit tours, and she's been opening up for SWV, Faith Evans. Good for her. And she says she needs to do this egg freezing process now or never, or she'll never have any kids. Candace, I believe, is 2 years younger than me, so I don't blame her. Millennials either don't want kids or they're having kids way later in life. As the doctor is telling Candace that she needs to have a consistent schedule, you can't delay anything, she turns to her husband Chris and be like, you hear that? Like, consistent. He just seems so miserable when he with her. Like, the way she talks down to him, Chris has some patience of fortitude. And speaking of Chris, it looks like his marriage to Candace is aging him. Or has he always looked like that? Also, a little side note, I see Candace in her confessional, and is it just me or did she get some work done like around this area? I can't really place it. Maybe like the new nose or some fillers right here. Definitely noticeable. We then see producers asking Candace what is her timeline for getting pregnant. I feel like it's the same as asking Robin, when is she gonna get married to Juan? Is it gonna happen or is it not? And Candace, if you don't want kids, that is fine. I'm totally an advocate for people not wanting to have children. And Chris has enough outside babies. I mean, I'm sure he's fine. So here they go, bickering again, this time in the car, and I will say Candace keeps badgering him, like about his job, saying that it's inconsistent. Look, as a person's working in hospitality, like Chris is a general manager. That is a very demanding job. Like first it was Chris don't have a job, now that he has a job, oh, it's too inconsistent, you can't help me with this. Like, which is it, Candace? Now see y'all, like she's starting. Like, I'm just judging what I see. I swear I'm not being biased, but she keeps badgering this man. I'm sorry, I'm on Chris's side. She's being very irritating as well as a brat for something that's out of his control, clearly. And then she's like, if you curse at me one more time, as she proceeds to curse herself. I don't know how he puts up with her. I give them one more season of being together. Okay, next scene we're with Robin, and producers are very shady with their transition. They start off with the wedding music theme, and then it fades out, and next scene we're with Robin. We see Robin head into a restaurant, and this is the second scene in a row that she looks good. So not only has she gotten herself a hairstylist, she got herself a wardrobe stylist too? Okay, Robin, I ain't mad at it. So then we see it's Charisse that she's meeting up with. And again, y'all, I call her Charisse because it's a running gag between me and Alex. I know her name is Charisse. Do not correct me in the comments. Her name is Charisse to me. Anywho, I'm so glad to see Charisse because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have this cast. Robin then reminds us of her friendship with Charisse. And by the way, I will call her Charisse sometimes, some times. They've known each other for 20 years. It started with them, and the only reason she met Giselle was because of Charisse. So as Charisse and Robin catching up, she asked her, so when are you and Juan getting married? We then cut to production, who's having a field day on that question. We go from 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, all the way to last year, because this has been her constant plot line. I'm like, I've given up. Child, at this point, we're gonna get the Renaissance visuals as well as a new Rihanna album before Juan and Robin get married. I don't care anymore. I really don't. Like, just make Robin a sidekick to Giselle. They could have just had her as a friend of and added somebody to the cast that had more to offer. But no, they continue to have Robin as a full-time cast member. Now, while they're on this topic of whether she'll marry Juan or not, Robin brings up that she's considering a prenup this time around because she's the breadwinner, according to her. So it looks like her Housewives checks trump whatever Juan is doing. Because I think he coaches a basketball team. I don't know. I think she's an assistant coach in the league. Somebody let me know in the comments. Anyway, she says she doesn't believe that the person who makes less in a relationship deserves to get half after the divorce. There's a lot of people who disagree with you on that, Robin. And it's shocking that she would do that, considering the reason why they lost their money in the first place was because of her. Just saying, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Also, did she realize she's telling this to Charisse, who got a divorce? And I'm sure she got half too. She even asked Robin, so you don't think I deserve half? Robin fixed her lips to say no. Wow. So then Robin asked her, oh, so if Juan divorces me, do you think he should get half? Charisse says yes. And I'm like, well, it should go both ways. In my opinion, if you with somebody for 10, 20 years and y'all divorce, I'm sorry, that person should get half. That's just how I see it. But look, I ain't getting married anyway, so I ain't gotta worry about that. Robin even says in her confessional that when she was a housewife not making more than Juan, she believed that if they divorced, she didn't deserve half. She is a fool, and that's probably why she lost the money in the first place. So then they both move on to gossiping about Ashley's situation. Robin is telling Charisse everything she heard from Ashley from the picnic, and Charisse ain't buying it either, and they're just laughing at Ashley behind her back. Next scene, we're with Mia for the first time, and production, what is with this nature transition, like throughout this episode? Please stop. So we're catching up with how she's been doing. She actually lives in Potomac now, even though her house is rented. She rents for $10,000 a month. I'm not sure if that's smart or not. And she lives down the street from Karen. She's currently having a family gathering. It looks like her and her mom are in a better place. And she's talking to her about her questionable cancer diagnosis. She says she still doesn't know whether she has it or not. And then we see Karen and Ray coming over. I mean, they do live down the street. Oh, Mia, did she really just make monkey noises as a black woman on national TV? I'm sure the ancestors are weeping as we speak. So then Mia and Karen have a conversation one-on-one away from everybody, and Karen just asked her how she's doing, you know, with the social media posts. And Mia said she put it on social media because she was talking to her friend, Jacqueline, who is the new friend of. Production even gives us a foreshadowing, putting Jacqueline as friend in quotation marks in regards to Mia. I'm sure y'all saw on social media where the new girl and Mia are going at it. Anyway, she said she was inspired by her friend to go on social media about it. Ooh, Karen is being messy right now. She throwing the other ladies under the bus for questioning Mia. She's like, well, other ladies in our circle, you know, they may have their questions. Mia says she doesn't care. I will say, though, Karen is being a friend by giving Mia that heads up, though, that they're talking about it. So next scene, we're with Wendy for the first time this episode, and she's meeting up with Penelope Thomas Bailey. That man knows how to get in front of a camera for the Bravo network. An opportunist to the 10th degree. And side note, if I see that Christian Dior bag one more time, like everybody in the Housewives universe owns that bag. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure out, how does Wendy know Peter Thomas? Okay, so they were introduced by a mutual party, somebody named Wendy too. So we're catching up with Wendy. You know, she's booked and busy with her 4 degrees, her candle line, etc. And now she's thinking about opening a Nigerian lounge, which is a great idea, but she wants to do it with Peter Thomas's help. I don't think that's a good idea, Wendy. Wendy says in her confessional that the reason why she's interested is because she has a hard time saying no to potential opportunities. She gonna learn the hard way working with Peter. Hold on. Wendy did not just say that Peter Thomas has had success in his bar businesses. When? And hasn't he gone to jail for not paying people? That man is a scammer. I know that Wendy must know Cynthia Bailey. Like, she hasn't warned you? Only Penelope Thomas Bailey can make himself a friend of on Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm actually kind of impressed. Wendy also makes it known that she didn't come to Peter for this idea. Peter overheard her and volunteered to be a part of this. So they're going over numbers right now. Peter said he's ready to put up his money. The total sum to put into this business is $1.5 million. He offers her 20% ownership. So 20% she has to put in is $300K. She says she definitely has to consult with her husband on this. And Peter tells her that, well, for the first 18 to 22 months, you're not going to see a return on this. And with that, working in hospitality, my experience, that is very true, shockingly. Because, when you open a restaurant, you're going to be in the red. You got to spend money to make money. And then he assures her after that, the business can bring in up to $8 million a year. And she gets 20% of that. Child, $8 million? Now, if he would have went a little bit lower to like $1 million or $2 million a year, I would have been like, okay. But $8 million? Now, Wendy, if you believe that, your ass deserved to be scammed. I'm sorry. So next scene, we're with Ashley. She's with her kids and she's visiting her family. We see her uncle there, who we know always put Michael in check. I'm sure he's glad that they're divorcing. Oh, and look at Ashley, mom, with the new wig, fresh out the pack, Miss Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Ashley says in her confessional that this divorce or separation, whatever it is, has made her closer with her family because it feels like she's always been at odds with having to choose between Michael and her family because, of course, they don't see it for Michael. So once again, Ashley's in the hot seat being grilled by her family this time. And ooh, her badass kids, that's all you can hear in the background. Now, wait a minute, Ashley. So this prenup that we've been hearing about, like, you've been with him a set amount of years, you got the kids, the prenup isn't valid anymore? Where she won't get alimony and she's supposed to get one lump sum. So that's all null and void. She needs an attorney. Okay, so in her confessional, she's saying theoretically she would get half of what Michael has, which is a lot, I'm assuming, since she doesn't want to say. I don't know which is it. If somebody wants to clear it up for me in the comments, let me know. So then we see her uncle, who like me is wondering, do you have an attorney? She says, no. Girl, why? Why don't you have a lawyer at this point? You have enough money. I know that Bravo check can at least get you a retainer. Yeah, the more Ashley talking, the more she's starting to realize how stupid she looks. Like, her uncle looks so disappointed in her. Have you not learned from your mom, Ashley? I mean, she did say that herself, that she learned, that it's hard as a single mom. So I'm not being shady. She said that first. Ashley's then telling them the dumb LLC idea that her and Michael are doing, and her uncle is letting her have it. He's like, what are you doing right now? Ashley's getting frustrated, saying she don't know all the answers. Her uncle is like, you're giving Michael all the control. You need to get a lawyer. And I agree, like, her family has her best interest at heart. So next scene, we are with Giselle in this fun house that she lives in. That house is a mess on the outside. I'm sorry. Tacky house for a tacky ass woman. She says in her confessional that her house is coming along finally. We see the before and after, and it still looks a fool to me. I mean, the inside of the house, it look alright, but the exterior is an abomination of a design. Whoever the contractor is, they need to be in jail. Hell, Giselle's stylist, if she has one, needs to be in jail, as well as her hairstylist, because she's still friends with him, right? He needs to be locked up too. That West Wing look a fool. But anyway, Giselle's talking to her twin girls who are growing up so fast in front of our eyes, and she wants their opinion on what she should wear to Karen's spring event. Child, and here go Karen with her invitations. I mean, she put tacos in there, not sure if they're edible, as well as tequila. Giselle's daughters have no problem roasting their mom on national TV. She's going over outfits she thinks she should wear. They're like, no. You going to church? Like, damn. So the outfit she chooses has her kids' approval. I didn't mind it when I saw her at the party. Like, she looked cute in it a little bit. A little bit. So next scene is the day of Karen's event. We're with her first as she's overlooking everything being finished at the venue. It looks cute. For it to be a spring party, that weather is anything but spring. So the guests start to arrive. Giselle is first to get there. Then we see Mia's friend, Jacqueline. We still don't know much about her. I'm still waiting to get like a proper introduction. So Karen and Giselle are talking, and again, Ashley's divorce is the topic. Giselle says she just thinks Ashley is flat out lying. They're saying that Ashley's motive to get the house is because she wants more space for the kids instead of the condo that they currently live in. We then see Ashley coming up again on the ladies as they're talking about her. I mean, at least they're honest about it and they invite her into the conversation. Like, Ashley can't even get a breather. Like, as soon as she walked in, they talking to her about the divorce. I will say, though, Ashley is definitely dressed like she's recently separated, and she looks good. I'm personally here for Ashley's single era. I hope she finds a nice, fine man, finally, after years with that crypt keeper. Ashley then lets the ladies know that she found a house already, very quickly. So my DC, Baltimore, Virginia people, how far is Arlington from Potomac? Please let me know in the comments. I'm just curious. Ashley also confirms to them that she made this offer to the house under the LLC. Hopefully she knows what she's doing because, I don't know, it don't look like it. Now after Karen and Giselle hear this, they're like, girl, you ain't getting no divorce. And then Ashley is backpedaling and pussy popping saying, well, actually, I'm getting separated. I didn't say I was getting divorced. Now she should know that production is on it and will contradict that ass. She definitely said early in the episode that she was getting a divorce. Production is on it. They're playing the flashbacks while they're showing the confused faces of Karen and Giselle. Giselle is letting Ashley have it in a polite way. I think she's talking to her as a friend because I do think she genuinely cares about Ashley, no matter how messy it's coming off. And she's right. Nobody in their right mind getting a divorce would get a house in their husband's name. She then tells Ashley point blank, you're lying to me. Side note, y'all, we're at the hour point and we still got 10 minutes left to go. I'm enjoying this episode, so I don't mind. Ashley then reassures to the ladies that she's being absolutely transparent, and as she's moving into the house, the separation is getting more and more real. Again, is it a divorce or a separation? Because with the separation, as we saw with Robin and Juan, there's still the chance of reconciliation. Lord have mercy. Ashley regressing already. She said she had a coochie craving for Michael. I repeat, this young woman said she had a coochie craving for the crypt keeper. I can't. I just can't. She does confirm that she didn't have sex with Michael. Karen says, girl, get a vibrator. Okay, Grand Dame. She's giving Ashley some real advice. Like, let me break it down for you. I love Karen. I really do. So then we see Ray come along and interrupts the conversation. Then we see more guests arriving. We see Candace and Chris showing up. And Candace looks nice. I love what she's wearing right now. I think that's Ivy Park what she's wearing. Even Chris looks dapper. Now Candace, I did say you look good, but these eyebrows, they are a fool. It looks like Bert from Sesame Street got his eyebrows arched. They look huge. Child, now that Ashley walked away, now it's Candace, Giselle, and Karen gossiping about her. Candace says she is very happy that Michael is not in the picture anymore. It also looks like Candace and Ashley are in a good place right now, especially now that Michael is potentially out the picture. Oh, and look who arrived, Ascala. We get a little cameo from her. Wow, she has always been the fashion person on this show. Too bad the personality just didn't match. Because her hair in this scene, amazing. What she's wearing, she looks straight out of the Creep video. I love it. Unfortunately, this season she didn't make the cut, but it's still nice to see her. Also, being the best dressed on Potomac, looking at the rest of the cast, it's not a hard feat to do. Just saying. So Wendy and her husband arrive to the party. Her husband is looking fine in this pink suit. I believe it's him and Juan. They battling it out for the hottest husband on this franchise. Anyway, she gets to the party. She's like, oh, I haven't said hello to Giselle. She goes up to Giselle like she's an old friend, goes to hug her. Giselle's like, no, what? No touchy. No, I'm doing great. I'm beautiful. I'm great. Giselle is saying she don't play that fake shit. And I gotta say, I'm on Giselle's side on this. Like, Wendy deserved that. Especially after all she said about Giselle, who deserved it, by the way, but keep that same energy the whole time. Don't be fake for the cameras just because the season just started. A simple hi would have been fine for me. Oh my God. Oh my God. So Mia and her husband may make their way to the party. She's greeting everybody. Giselle greets her. You know, she said, we need to talk, Mia. And then she tells her, oh, is this what cancer or no cancer looks like? Did she really say that to her? Even if she didn't know if she had cancer or not, that is not how you talk to somebody. Now, if Mia would have slugged her in that moment, she would have fully deserved it. That's how you get popped. Is this what cancer or no cancer looks like? Giselle? Oh my God. That's why they keep her on this show. She ain't shit for that. Mia keeps it cute though. She said, it looks like I arrived. So already, Mia didn't even get to sit her coat down like she's getting grilled about her social media posts. Karen does let Giselle know that she told Mia that a bunch of the ladies had questions about her social media posts. Meanwhile, we see late-ass Robin, as usual, getting to the event. Now, I love her hair color, but it looks a little bit disheveled when she gets there. Like, you even see Giselle trying to fix it. Now, see, Robin, we almost went a whole episode without a faux pas on your behalf, but this disheveled hair, you looking a little crazy right now, so I gotta deduct points. It looked like production had to wake her ass up and she had to rush to the event and she didn't get a chance to comb her hair. So then the conversation continues with Mia in the hot seat and Giselle tells it to her face, look, your social media post, it was very attention seeking. Oh, and she tried to throw Karen under the bus. She's like, well, you agreed. Karen is like, well, no, I didn't. So production definitely goes back to the scene where they were talking and Karen, she chose her words carefully because she's smart. She knew what she was doing. She didn't say the word weird. She said different. And technically, she didn't agree with them. So Giselle, it looked like she tried it in that moment. She loved throwing people under the bus, huh? So now Ashley joins. So all the ladies are in this conversation with the exception of Candace and Wendy. Mia then tells Giselle that she wasn't seeking attention and she was using her platform for a purpose. Okay, girl, the purpose of attention seeking. Mia said when she made that post, she was hurting because she just got a phone call from her doctors that it was cancer. Giselle interrupts her and says, they told you had cancer. Mia then clarifies that the doctors told her that her results looked like she had cancer. Not that she did, but at the end of the day, she should have waited or just said she had a cancer scare. Not that confusing post that she wrote. Because I remember reading it and I was confused just as the other ladies. Mia then tells Giselle, I've been crying with my family in and out of the hospital, and for you to question me and say that I'm seeking attention, fuck you. All the ladies are taken aback. We get the dramatic music and that is where the episode ends. This was a great season premiere. I enjoyed the entire episode. Production was on one. The OGs, they were giving it to us. And I gotta say, the MVP of this episode, y'all ain't gonna like it, but it was Giselle. She was producing throughout this entire episode, from confronting Ashley to confronting Mia head on, trying to throw Karen under the bus. She understood the assignment. I'm also excited to see single Ashley. Y'all let me know whose side y'all on. Right now, I'm not minding Giselle. I'm sorry. I mean, she is messy, but with Giselle, at least we know what we're gonna get. I mean, Mia, she is a pathological liar, so I can't really back her automatically. But anyway, I'm sure this review is going on long enough. I love to hear y'all comments below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.